Okie dokie. Afternoon, everybody. Yes, we're live again. 3 o'clock. And bloody Monday, wet, miserable outside. Looking out here over Darling Point. Swear to God, it looks like a calamity is about to happen. It's just the sea's green. And when the sea goes green, that means it's not very clever out there. It's pretty cold and wet and miserable. Anyway, it's nice and warm in here, cozy. I've got the heater on. It's like the Bahamas. In fact, it's like where my mum comes from. It's like bloody Jamaica in here. I'm going to put a link right there in the comments. So if you want to hop on and have a chat, you can. There's no agenda. I don't prepare anything. I haven't prepared anything. Oh, as you can tell, Corona. I have not prepared. I better put my headphones on. That's how prepared I am. Here we go. Can you hear me now? Much better. Right. I have not prepared a single thing for any single one of these LinkedIn lives. Now, if you want to join me, you can click on that bloody link in the comments right up there and come and have a chat, have a gas bag. I've got no agenda. I haven't prepared anything. Outside here in Darling Point right now is green. The sea is green. The sky is grey. And the sky is grey. It's a mess. It looks cold. In fact, I've just come inside from walking the dog and it's not very nice out there. I've got the heater on inside and it's like Barbados in here, thankfully. Anyway, so click on the link if you want to come have a chat. I wanted to just talk about a couple of things that are coming up. Really exciting stuff. On Wednesday, here, let me show you. Sneak peek. Check that out. This guy's like the #1 corporate comedian in Australia. Does about 200 shows a year. Costs you a fortune to get on stage. Is coming live with me on LinkedIn on Wednesday. And it is going to be a right blast. If you've got the message, if you haven't got it, then log on to my Meet Magic, wherever it is, and you'll be able to see the link. It's free. So you don't have to pay anything, but you can have, what this is going to do. Vince is going to bring a bit of fun and a bit of humor into the LinkedIn Live. And of course, we want Vince to try and help us get the corporate world on side to come and take meetings for meetings for good. Anyway, so that's what we're going to talk about a little bit in a little while. So if you've got any product or service that you're struggling to try and get out, then just hop on here, join me live. The comments are there's a link in the comments. You can come and join me. We can talk about anything you want. We can talk about candles. We can talk about cybersecurity. We can talk about networking. We can talk about I don't know, whatever, data analytics. I bet if Friska sees this, she'll be wanting to jump on and talk about change, because she's posting some videos at the moment which are just incredible and they're really cool. So something really exciting happened to us last week. We had aside from the fact that Vince Sorrenti is going to join us, we had some really powerful testimonials. Now, for anyone that doesn't know, this is the little social venture that I set up a couple of years ago. And it's been a journey, been a great journey. And we today have some of the biggest technology companies on the planet as our clients. And I could name the names, but I won't, but they are the biggest technology companies in their space. Some of them top right-hand quadrant Gartner. And it's companies like Netscope. There you go, I named one. And they are getting amazing results from these meetings. We've had a number of our clients last week tell us that we help them make their number. In other words, these meetings are not just being really powerful for making a new connection, but it's actually generating business, which is really, really exciting. Now, there's only a few days left, business days left to the end of the year. What are we now? We're almost in June. So there's probably about 28 or so business days left until the end of the financial year. So if you've got issues or challenges around finding new business, well, that little website right there can help you connect with some people and hopefully generate some opportunity for you, because we've actually had 7-figure deals that have been completed off the back of these meetings. We've got millions and millions of dollars worth of pipeline that's been created off the back of these meetings. And the client testimonials are really quite powerful. There's some testimonials on the website as well. You can go and have a look at them. We've had comments to the effect of the single best enterprise marketing campaign that they've ever done. So when you consider that compared to what things used to be, I feel really proud that we've actually got to that point, which is really, really cool. Just to be able to make those connections for people, especially during COVID. I wasn't going to mention COVID, but I got a message on Friday from some people, and I get messages all the time from people who watch these LinkedIn lives, not necessarily commenting. And I know there's lots of people that lurk in the background and don't necessarily want to say anything, or they're afraid of saying things. I see it all the time. But I got a message on Friday from one guy saying he was looking for a job, of course, and his career and his background is quite up there. But he said he was watching and following the LinkedIn lives that we've been doing every day, and it's actually kept him motivated and kept him abreast of the things that's happening out there. So I guess the moral of the story is, if you've even when we think we're not broadcasting to anybody, there's always someone that's going to watch it either live or on the replay and draw some benefit from it. So that's what we're hoping to try and do next week, when we do we're actually looking at launching some videos and a bit of value, basically, that you can get to see some of the things that we're doing, some of the value that we're giving, not just the testimonials and the feedback and the pipeline, but the fact that there's a lot more value in the relationships, and how disrupting the stock standard way that we meet is helping each other, not just in the corporate world, but in the charity world as well. And it's almost like, you can imagine an environment where parties can instantly enter discussions with a feel-good positivity and create some meaningful, purposeful and relevant conversation with zero distraction or pretense. That's pretty much what we're doing. So we're joining together to benefit those in need, of course, and that has the potential to nurture really powerful discussions. And sharing the social purpose can deepen business relationships in a powerful way, and it can create an instant touch point for building rapport, which is something a lot of people are struggling with. So there are many reasons why, I guess combining business and philanthropy in a meeting can curate strong business relationships. And, we're pretty excited to discover that some of these corporates are really getting a lot of value out of it as well. The execs specifically are getting a lot of value out of it. It's called the givers high or the givers glow. We see a lot of that. We see a lot of execs saying how powerful they feel after they're taking a meeting, because it's made them feel good. So that's something that's really exciting. That's going to start coming up next week. So other than that, it's been a pretty grey start to the week here in Sydney. We've got quite a few new executives that have signed on this week onto the Meet Magic. Can't even find it. Onto the meetmagic.org platform. We're talking about chief information security officers from Transport from New South Wales. There's chief technology officers from various different government departments in Queensland that have just signed on, and it's growing. So there's, if you want to go and have a look at who these are, you can see them on this website here. So have a look at this one here on the meetingforgood.org.au website, and you'll be able to see all the latest execs who have pledged their time. And that's really what we're hoping we're going to do on Wednesday with Vince. It's going to be quite an interesting show. I don't know if anyone's got any experience with Vince. He's a no holds barred comedian. If you've been to any of his any events where he's been hosting and emceeing, it's been a lot of fun. I think the last one I was at was with Shane Barr from Transformed, and we were at a Humpty Dumpty. Was it Humpty Dumpty? Can't remember now, but it was a lot of fun, a lot of belly laughs, and a lot of money was raised for charity at the same time. So so that's really exciting. Who's chiming in here? Chitra, I can't even pronounce your name. Chitra Lily. Why don't you click on the link and come and join? Have a conversation. So that should be really quite exciting. I think Tuesday we're gonna have a chat. Wednesday we'll do the Vince Sorrenti, and then on Friday I'm hoping to have a conversation with one of our clients, one of our VP of Asia's clients, so he can come on and talk a little bit about what the work that they're doing in their space, in the development space, which is really exciting. They've got a technology and a product that is top. It's the number one on the planet, and every connection that they tend to go into, there's some opportunity in there. If anyone that's building an app or building some sort of developing something, they tend to add a lot of value in that space. So I'm hoping to bring Richard on and have a conversation with him, with hopefully a CTO, so you can get to see, how a CTO might look to address certain challenges, and then how this particular technology will address it, which would be a bit of fun. So that, I think, is it for me. We've had a really positive week last week with lots of bits of magic bits of gold in there, and I keep telling the team this every time something, when you're feeling a bit flat, all of a sudden you get a big pickup, and we had lots of those pickups last week, which just elevated everybody and made everybody feel good about what we're doing. And then of course this week it's all about returning back to work. I know there's a lot of people now back in the city and getting back into it. So I want to make sure we try and maybe finish these LinkedIn lives. If you want us to keep going with the LinkedIn lives, we can, or we just bin them off and stop them. But it's sort of been a bit of fun. I've sort of had a little bit of it's a bit of a stress relief almost, having to be able to get on and just have a chin wag sometimes. And I don't know if anybody saw the one we did on my birthday, where my 50th birthday, we had all those people pitching. Well, that was just hilarious. Anyway, I think that's it. I'll wrap this thing up. Just a short 10-15 minute chin wag. We've had a lot of really positive feedback on. I wonder if I can show you this stuff. Let me just share so you can get to see just exactly what I'm talking about here when I mean the results are speaking for themselves. I'll just share my screen with you all. Okay, here it comes. Let me know when you see this, and I'll walk you through just what kind of impact we seem to be making here. So what you've got, I wonder if I can get my other screen up. I'm all over the place here, hold on. I should be able to do this one. Here we go. That should work. Okay, so when you look at these numbers, this is the current dashboard. There are 232 executives that have pledged their time for a meeting for good. And out of those 232, there are about 800 meetings that have been pledged. So we've basically taken, well, the execs have taken about 153 of them since November. And we've got another sort of 100 that are booked in and scheduled in. But if you look at the impact number, that impact number there is the number of children that every meeting, all of those meetings that we've done combined, there's 3,857 Starlight kids who have basically been directly impacted from the funds that we've raised, which is really exciting. And when you wake up in the morning at 3 o'clock and you're excited about what you do, you'll feel what that feels like for me right now, because that's exactly what happens. Sometimes you can't sleep because of the excitement that you've got, or the energy that you've created for yourself. So out of those 232 execs, there's about 31 vendors who have taken meetings. That's 31 clients that we've had that are taking those particular meetings. And the number you want to look at there, every time we send out, every time a meeting takes place, we send out a survey. And what you can see here on the second question down is a question that we ask everybody, both the execs and the vendors. We ask them if there is an opportunity for future collaboration. In other words, can we do some business together? And the answer is about 83%, yes, there is. Now, I'm not sure if my screen is showing here or not, but hopefully it is. And when you look at the quote on the left-hand side, whether or not from Tony at Netscope, the most effective marketing campaign in all of our careers. Well, that's a pretty exciting statement in itself. And of course, the user experience up here is all very, very positive. Let me just stop sharing that. I think I've wrecked it. Anyway, so that's the Monday. Hopefully, there's a bit of value in there somewhere. I'm not sure if anyone's going to be joining this live stream because I've got no friends. Johnny, no mates, but I'm okay with that. So that's it. Have a cracking rest of your Monday, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Don't forget, it's 12:30 on Wednesday with Vince. It's going to be a cracker. See you soon.